Hey guys, so I just got this mill and I've been messing with it a little bit here and there, and I decided that I needed to put a DRO on it because it's not functional without having a DRO. I mean, I have no way of knowing how many tenths, thousandths, nothing taken off at a time. Yeah, I do have some gauges on my wheels, but ultimately on my fine feet, I have nothing. So that's really what drove me to do this, because I don't want to take too much off and then have to recut a new part, because nobody likes to do that. Love the Perrito, by the way. So what I did is I did a thing. I went and ordered a DRO kit. So let me tell you how this started. So when I first started talking to him, it was right after my order. I ordered the DRO kit, 3-axis, from Amazon store supplier. I won't name the name on this video. We'll see how they work it out. However, the measurements that I gave them for my axis on my Y, my Z, and my X were converted over, obviously, over to millimeters. During the conversion, they decided that they were going to be the Chinese company and just tell me that what I was ordering was wrong. So now I've got access that pretty much, see if you guys can see this on the camera there. You can see it. So I'm on the end, pretty much the end of my table, and I'm overhanging by that much. So you can't see that down there. Yeah, you can see it. So I'm overhanging quite a bit, which theoretically I shouldn't have that much overhang off my axis, off my DRO system. So I'm gonna have to cut the glass. Now, that's just on the X, or Y, or something. I don't know. So I've got my other one, access, that I've got to mount it here. However, I'm very limited on space, obviously, because of this particular kit. So with this kit and with the mill itself, I've got limited space to get this to fit. And as you can see, I'm a little overkill on it because they want to change my measurements from millimeters. The inches that I gave them, the millimeters that I gave them, the conversions, they gave me a little bit too much. And as you can see, it's way over. So here's the end. And even if I just buckle it down, and if I wanted to go center to center on this thing, off of the center alignment on the DRO reader, I'm still gonna be, hell, it would be centered right there. However, it's not how the system's supposed to work, I think. So we're gonna find out, because I did not watch any videos before I did this. I just went on a whim, bought it, got it, and decided I was going to be a DRO assembler. And I'm not the smartest guy out there. However, I like to consider myself a little bit smart, maybe a skosh. And at the same time, we're going to try to cut the glass to reduce the size and lengths of our different axes. So I've got to do a little bit more research, get some measurements off of how much I need to cut off of these, figure out what we need to do with them, because it's not just the one axis that I need to redo. It's going to be all three of them. Well, maybe not my Z. My Z might be okay. I might be golden on that because I don't have a lot of room on it. So I've got quite a bit, but not as much as the bolt that's in there shows, which may have been what was measured. And if you drank a few beers when you did this, it's probably not a good idea. So just to get into the ballpark, I should be right about there with it. But my up travel, if I did that, is not going to work. So Did I grab the right DRO? Did I get the right measurement? Does this one go down here on this particular part of the table? That's what I need to figure out, because that actually looks more accurately to portray. No, that wouldn't do it either. I lied. Yeah, so they messed up the measurements. I messed up the measurements potentially. I'll take some wrong in it, but ultimately I've got to figure it out. And here's the best part of the kicker on it. I accidentally, when I was a little inebriated when I ordered, so I ended up ordering 2 kits. Didn't realize it. Then finally they charged it, and I saw the big bank account hit. And yeah, I was like, oh hey, by the way, however they charged it, Amazon doesn't allow you to go back in and cancel your order after they've already charged you or something, because I could not figure out how to do it to save my life. And by the time I figured that out, they're already ordering this, and I just like, ship it. I want to get it. I'm limited. I only have a few more days here left at the house until I go back on the road, so I want to get a few things done. But this DRO right here might be about the size that I need to actually hit my full axis up and down, is what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go do a little bit more research, see where I'm sitting at, see what I can do. And obviously you can tell from my monster Kurt that I won't ever really be that low per se. But I've got to be able to pick up the sensor up and down full travel. So I'm going to do a little bit more research, watch a few more videos. There's some really cool videos out there. I'll go ahead and put a couple in the links. Ones that I'm going to use to actually do my install. I've got brackets to make for all of this because there's no way I can physically bolt it right to the machine. It's just not going to work. There's no feasibility to it. The only access that I might be able to bolt, well, not even this one if I want full tilt. If it is what I'm thinking, so the arrow means the end. So it's only reading from that center point. And if that's the case, then I've got to make brackets on everything so I can hit full tilt. Or at least full tilt for what I need. And I might be able to shrink this up because I don't have full use of my bed. This pocket right here on the bed, it doesn't actually get anything over to it. I can't even mill that close. So that doesn't really even matter. So I should theoretically be able to do that and punch it in and bring it all the way up to where I need it on the end of the bed and get that bolted down pretty quick and easy, which it's looking like it probably should. So next video, you should probably see some fabrication done after I get some measurements and everything. I want to bore you with those stupid details, and then we'll see what we can do with this. Stay tuned for other videos that I'll have as well. I'm starting a fabricator series. I've been fabricating for about 30 years. So I've got a motor replacement on this thing. I'm not going full CNC on it. The bed's too small. I want to be able to do bigger parts. And I don't want to have to worry about trying to do Z-axis and powering that. Not on this particular machine. It's just not, it wouldn't be fast enough. It is the column mill, so you can't really do it with it as well. So I'll just build another one, or I'll buy another one. On this, I haven't messed with the mill for a little while. I've got to put on this bracket to mount my DRO. I'm going to drill and tap another hole on this side. Got some custom bracketry I'm going to make. So I'm going to go ahead and so I'm going to try to see if I can't get this mount, goes on the back here, to properly work. So the ball that's actually on the RAM, it's a computer mount off of a truck, so I'm going to try to repurpose it. Theoretically, I probably could just put it and try to bolt it up, which will give that a shot first. I don't think I have enough screws, or the pattern anyway. It's too wide. So it sits right inside, and I can't even get a corner for even one just to rig it. So what I think I'm gonna do is just make a back plate that'll sit here. This will bolt to. That way I still have the functional ball swivel on it. Hopefully that'll work out the way I want it to. I don't want to have it at some wonky angle where it's not going to work or I can't tilt it enough. I want to be able to have, 360, depending on what material I've got on the bed I'm working with. I've got to be able to get this out of the way. I don't plan on working on that big of material, but never know. Plan ahead. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started on that. Get that fabbed up. Get it mounted on. Get some threading done. Alright. Get that going right now. So here's the plan. The plan is the plan. If we had a plan. It's kind of winging this. I don't have any real plans. I mean, I tore this apart a while ago. Just playing with the idea on it. How I was going to mock it up, make it fit. I've done it a couple different ways now. However, I think the ball idea is going to work. Then it'll just sit in there about like that. And then if this is turned right, I believe we'll stay away so we can get it up there and twist it in and position it. So that looks like it's going to work. What did I do? The piece we just cut. It sucks getting old. Okay, found it. So, we're just a little bit oversized, but it's alright. We'll just make it hang out the back. That works. Alright, so we're gonna need to know some dimensions on this thing. So let's use the calipers. I'm going to punch set. We only got to be close. We're not trying to hit any thousandths. And it's not on this. We'll make these a little bit big just for usability. I should put this pretty good. Just eyeballing this. Alright, right there. So we're looking at 2.369, which we're going to fit into our constraints, which is good. Like I said, both ways, make sure you put it the right way when you're drilling your holes. So we'll fit our constraints. I like it. It works. Let's get to layout. Watch out for these mosquitoes. I don't know, I keep getting bit crazy. I just want it to get cold. Up until this past week, it's been like, I don't know, 95, 100 degrees plus. Sweating in my last couple of videos, just dripping, trying to work in this little garage, plus the mosquitoes on top of it. It was horrendous that there's the amount of mosquitoes and just the heat out here. It's been crazy. So I'm glad that it's starting to be a wintertime situation here. It's gonna make it nice and I can actually do some work. Just gonna do a layout on this. Get some, I've got some blue, but I'm not gonna put any blue in on it. And you can see our cut's a little bit bad on this bottom side, factory edges there, machine or whatever. So we're gonna go and we're just gonna mark it up. That way when we run our measurements, square it up, figure out where our holes are gonna be. Still smells good in this Pro permanent marker. Marks on wet and oily surfaces. If you haven't tried them, try them out. I use them on all my metal work. So it should be good right there. So we're looking at what? 2.369. Alright, some of you use your calipers to mark, trace things out with. Yes, you can do it. However, these are brand new Mitsutuyos, Absolute AOS Digimatics. So I'm not going to use these ones. I'm going to grab my backup sets, probably the Mac or something, not these ones. So here's a fun one for you. I've got two pretty much identical boxes. Both have this wood grain texture. The only difference in the material on top is there's a grain. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. The grain goes with a circle that way on this box, and on this one it goes the opposite direction. So obviously they get pre-grained in machine or plastic prior to putting it in, or maybe that's what they did at the factory, who knows. So these are two different sets of calipers. This particular set of calipers is your standard Harbor Freight generic. Notice the battery box is missing on it. Here is a set of Matco. Notice the battery box cover is missing. They're functional, the same exact calipers. This particular set of calipers actually has the functionality of holding your dimension after you shut them off. So it has the absolute 0, whereas the Harbor Freight version looks identical, has an on-off switch that's different. Off and on are the same button on the Harbor Freight. Matco has an on and an off separated, and then your 0. Then your inch millimeters on your on button. So a little different. However, these ones, I guess I can't even get them on, they don't have the absolute 0. So that's the major difference. So we're going to use the Matco because they're actually turning on right now. Just a little pro tip. So we're going to bring this out to the 140. Make sure you're on the correct measuring. so we know that's what we got on our height.
Okay, that's right.
Did you do video without me?
You want to be on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What video is it? What video is it?
We're making the mount for our mill.
Where's the mill? Where is the mill?
Where's the mill at?
Yeah.
The big green one right there.
What green one? Ooh, that one.
Yeah.
That's how I open my Tinder.
You're just gonna be
What is this?
eating. That's what Daddy's making right now on the video.
You do without me? Why?
You're inside.
Why did the video without me?
You want to eat this or do the video first? Daddy taps. Leave me alone.
Where's Mommy's car at? Where's Mommy's car at? So now I can run my bike around.
Not when Daddy's trying to work. Come over here. You can stay right here. Daddy's gonna do this video. You gonna come over here?
No, I'm just taking because I love
Okay, I'm gonna mark all this off.
Okay. Daddy, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay.
But I'm not going to a neighbor's house.
So now I'm just gonna take my center punch, and I've got these, which honestly I don't know what they're thinking with these. They don't even fit the set they sent. And this is just one of the knockoff of a knockoff of a knockoff with a brand. So I'm not sure who the manufacturer truly is in China, but it does pretty good, and it's very accurate from the measurements I've been taking on the mill. I've got another one which I'm gonna actually put onto the lathe as well. The 3-axis, well, 2 axes anyway. I might even throw the 3rd axis over onto the I can't think of the name of it. Oh well. Alright, so it should sit like such. And I'm going to make some adjustments, obviously, just based off of where my holes are and where these are, because they're suck so bad. And we're within reason. I'm going to give these holes a little bit more depth than they really need, or width rather. And I think if we use the keyed Allen heads, they're already loose in there. So we'll go a little bit looser. We're good with that. Grab a hammer. Don't need a big giant one. And I could just use a regular punch, but I already had this out. Don't mind the sprinklers in the background. We just got a lot of poo planted. All seed, winter seed is out there now. I don't know if you can see that or not. Got Stay Puft set up, ready to go. Alright, so we're good. We're golden. Get one more measurement off of it. And I should have squared this up, but whatever. And it's squared to one side than it is the other because of that cut. No big deal. It'll still mount the same. We'll figure her out. Make it work. A short video that I've made that shows drilling these. I'll include it one of these days when I actually make the clamps. That way it's a whole video. Let me get this cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay, a little bit less of a mess here now. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of getting this measured out, get it in there, make sure we're going to hit our holes, and we are good to go. So we should have no issues. I'm gonna have to get some longer bolts because I don't think these are long enough. We might get a thread. Not a big deal. I gotta go to the hardware store. So now we're gonna put the ball on and make it so it fits. Might have to do some manipulation. I thought. And it doesn't really matter where this one sits unless you want the name of the ball to show where everything else is. These ones we're going to end up threading. So we're going to do it with a 1024. I like numbers with 13. Alright, we got that. So that was a 7/32 hole there. I don't think these will work. See what little bits and tidbits they left over. These are all metric, but they're way too long. I can't go that deep. I mean, I can cut these bolts down, but I don't particularly want to waste my time. So if we got 4 of these little guys, 3 of them rather, we'll be good. Seeing 3 of them. But I think these are the ones that we're going to end up using over here. Yeah, so we need 4 of those. Which I'll probably end up going to get some more hardware. There's our 4. It's like, oh, kind of glorious, really. Man, this is turning out better than I thought. We'll fix it up. We'll clean it up later. Make Liv do it. Hey, Liv, you want to clean this up later?
Uh-huh.
You want to clean this up later on the sander?
What sander?
Or the mill? Or we could put it in a lathe and just turn a circle out of it.
Nah, I might do something. Can I do with you? Ow.
Alright, let's get this mounted back up there. So it came with this gray bracket, and as you can see, that's how it sits. You shouldn't have to put washers in it.
Yeah, I get this skateboard under the truck.
You shouldn't be under the truck.
It was, now it was.
Oh. So putting this into the socket. And that'll allow a little bit more play, movement, if I need it. Kind of how far over there I am or whatnot. I don't know, I just thought it'd be kind of neat just to use this ball socket. Be a little different.
gonna do? What am I gonna do?
What do you mean?
I'm gonna help.
Oh, well, let me go get your stool and you can run this back and forth so we can show them what's working on it. Sound good? So Liv decided she's going to come over here and she's going to run it. So let's go ahead and do it. Hold on, Livy. Let's zero this out. 0, 0. Now run it. Look, you're moving.
But it's not building anything.
Is that back?
It's not building anything.
I know we're not building it, we're testing it. Look. We got our X and our Y working. Before we mount these cables down, just want to make sure it works. Our mount looks good, huh? You like it? Does it work where Liv can run it? So aggressive. What do you think? Is that high enough for you? You gonna be able to run the mill? All by yourself? Tell your fans what you think.
Yes.
Hope it recorded it. If not, we gotta redo it.